Welcome back, folks. This is G. It's October. I spent the entire day doing fall cleanup, raking leaves, trimming hedges, sun up to sundown. Man, I'm exhausted.
And I'm Sean. G, didn't you have a run-in with someone who apparently thinks service animals are optional?
Man, don't get me started. Some people think their personal space is more important than, let's say, the law.
Well, I got to deal with the world's worst driver and watch a road crew basically cosplay as a traffic cone. So basically a normal Tuesday in life.
Well, buckle up, everyone, because today we're diving into fake memories your brain makes up, presidential birthdays, why people used to carve turnips instead of pumpkins, and a guy who got kicked off the plane for, you guessed it, kissing his girlfriend way too much.
Too much kissing on a plane? Is that even possible?
6 months of community detention kind of possible.
All right, now I'm interested. Let's do this.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure.
Hello. Yeah, here we are today, people. G was not expecting that one. He was expecting way more.
I'm sitting here in disbelief right now.
I know. You know, sometimes simple's good. Simple intros.
I don't think you could have got more simple than that.
That's right. Hey, so man, I just got back from recurrent training.
That's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a fucking blast.
Okay. Now, every flight attendant that knows about recurrent training, what do you think the big deal? We've done this for years. It's funny that you even say that, because when we checked into this year for recurrent training, you had to like scan your badge. Right.
You know, like they're in the stupid scanning badge shit. And it pops up, boom, right? Like the whole class is standing there, boom, scan my badge, boom. 36 years.
Wow. There you go.
I'm like, wait a minute. Wow. I've done this 36 times. You know, this is crazy. I mean, like, so our recurrent training used to be once a year, but now it just recently changed to every 18 months. So 1.5 years.
And you used to be a trainer.
Yeah. And I used to be a trainer too. So it wasn't like recurrent. I don't get whacked out about recurrent training. No, it's just like, you know, I give myself the night before, I do a little review, brush up on stuff that I don't do every day, you know, but what we're trained to do, and just step into it. And usually it goes just fine.
I think with recurrent training, though, with the flight attendants, a lot of times when it's like peer pressure, don't you think? I mean, because you're sitting there, and a lot of times you don't know these people that you're with, but you're sitting there, and it's that personal evaluation as they're watching you.
Yeah, I don't want to be the dummy in the room.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, like I don't want to be the dumbest person in the room.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And we always know that when you get there, like, and this is for any class, like anything you do in life, like you get there and you got that one numbskull.
You don't want to be the one that they walk back in the room going, what's his name? Because I don't want to fly with his ass.
I mean, yeah, no doubt. Like, I mean, we had that one numbskull, and you know, she was looking at emergency equipment like she had first seen it. And she'd been doing it for more than 25 years.
Right.
And she was like looking at, like, picking up a fire extinguisher, like, oh, what is this?
That's a scary thing.
It's scary. It's scary, man. I'm just like, yeah, you know, we've all experienced it, and we've all seen those type of people.
It is good, though. I mean, it's good for a catch up, though. I mean, you go back and kind of, you look at some of the things you've already known, but it kind of refreshes in your head.
Yeah, no, it keeps you kind of up to date too. Like the one thing that is just like mind boggling to me is like through our career, like in the last 35 years for us, right? How many damn times has CPR changed? Like CPR changes like every year.
Yep.
And this is not like for just our industry. It's like, this is worldwide. Like it's every time it's changing. And I'm like, it boggles my mind. Like, why is it now this? It's kind of like, reminds me of like COVID, you know, like, oh, you know, everybody's got to put on mask, and, and then they were like, everybody's got to get a shot, and no, the shot's terrible. Like they're changing their mind constantly. Every day they were changing their mind during COVID. They do the same thing with CPR, and it's just, it boggles my mind, man.
What's funny is you did CPR actually on a passenger. I assisted CPR numerous times on the airplane. And if you ever seen some of the Cleveland Clinic doctors, I mean, when we get in a situation, we had, man, this lady jumped on top of this dude's chest, started compressions right away.
Right.
After the whole thing, saved this guy's life, okay, right. In flight. And afterwards, I was talking to her, and I said, before it was like, give 2 rescue breaths and then start compressions.
Right.
And she was like, if there's no blood moving,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
So, I mean, she was just, and she was pounding this dude. And it saved his life. But, and it just makes sense. And you're right. They've changed it so much from the time that we started now.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, that's my one thing that every year I'm like, what are we doing this year?
Yeah.
Because it changes every time. And now, like, right, the going trend right now is, if you're older than 12, all you do is chest compressions. Period. So that's it. You identify it, and this person needs CPR, and boom, you start doing chest compressions until you get the person gets woken up, or you get the AED there to help you out, or all that good stuff.
It goes back to what I just said, what she said about the blood.
But then everybody underneath that, so 12 years and below, we do the standard 30 and 2 breaths. So I'm like, it's just interesting. Like every year this changes. And so that's one thing I'm like, what are we doing this year? Because I don't know whatever. Okay. This is what I got to do. I'm doing it. Cool.
Don't you hate when you got to go back though? I mean, you screw up that little bitty one thing.
Yeah.
And then you got to go back.
That's
a bucket of suck. I
don't think I've ever gone back in my career on anything. This year I thought I was going to go back on one. Well, I thought I blew it on one of my drills, but I haven't had to go back ever, but it's not anything like, it could happen to anybody.
Right.
It's not, because I'm not saying that like, I'm Superman or anything like that, but it's just, anybody you can screw up a command, you can screw up a procedure or whatever, and they'll make you.
It's as simple as what mine was the first time I ever had to go back was the last time. And what it was on an aircraft that I'm not usually on, but it was simply this. It was an assist handle.
Yeah,
that was it.
Didn't grab the assist handle.
Yeah, I was grabbing hold of something else, but not the required assist to handle. So but I get it, but still going back.
I got to tell you, like, for people that aren't airline familiar and everything, the assist handle on the plane is like this. Every door has this handle. There are handles all over the doors that we're supposed to hold on to so we don't get pushed out during evacuation, right? So, but here's my problem with him. Like, I'm a big ass dude.
Yep.
And then the spaces they want us to stand in,
that's bullshit.
We don't fit.
Yeah, no kidding. No way.
And
no
I'm
way.
Like, people ain't going to be knocking me off the plane.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be knocking people off the plane, but I'm not going to be knocked off the plane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be protecting myself, period. Like you and I, it's just going to be natural instincts for us to defend ourselves and keep ourselves safe, right? And if they could see that we're at least trying to stand out of the way or whatever, but she's like, this instructor that I just had yesterday, she was like, you should stand in there. I'm trying to put my body in there. I'm like, I don't fit. I can't fit in this spot, right?
I'm like 210. Are you shitting me? There ain't no way in hell I'm going in that spot. I mean, they're looking at themselves and they're like $1.05.
Yeah. I mean, these tiny gals and stuff, they can squeeze into there, but not you and I.
Nope.
We're just,
nope.
Hell no.
We're just throwing people out the door.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Anyhow, so that was yesterday, and today, man, had to go do some car shuffling because we're like, getting new cars and switching cars and getting rid of cars and all this stuff, and we're trying to tune up these cars because we got to drive one of our cars for a longer period of time than we were anticipating. But anyhow, I need to get new tires on this stupid car, even though I'm going to get rid of this car because going to be winter and we're going to be driving in during the winter.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at these tires and stuff, and tires, man, they are so crazy, man. Are
you talking prices, right?
Well, I'm not just talking prices. It's just like, there's so much variables to a tire out there. Like, I was talking to, G Dub, and he was talking about his tires on his car and everything. and he's got like performance tires, and they're these, those little skinny tires, big rims, and all that stuff. But then he has to, in Northeast Ohio, you need to change out those tires. You're not going to make it through the winter if you plan on driving that car in the winter. And so he has like 2 sets of wheels, which is expensive as shit, right? And so I was like, wow, the tires are so freaking ridiculous right now. And I don't know. I had to go through this whole thing with these tires, and I was like, and then I have like run flats. So then those are special, and then they got special valves and
special prices.
Yeah, special prices. And then they got like, and then I got a high performance vehicle. And so have you ever been to a place where they balance your tires and you drive the damn thing off and they're wobbling?
No.
It's happened to me. It's happened to me where I've had my wheels balanced and I'm like, why do I got a vibration, right? And I'm turning around, going back and like, what's going on? Because a lot of these garages, some of them aren't rated to even do these high performance tires. So they have to have the right machines and right tools for the job. And some of these places don't have it. So if you're going to like some Joe shop, like they might have they'll be like, yeah, we'll do it.
So you got to pay more money.
Yeah, I got to go to a specific shop, you know, like, so anyways, tires are a pain in the butt.
Mine is just a performance car.
So speaking about tires, man, I'm driving here when we're doing the cars and everything, and there's this road crew, and they're down on River Styx. You know where River Styx is, but this road has a lot of like bumps and turns and blind spots that you turn on the road, and it just so happened this crew was working on, I don't know what they were, a power line or something like that, but it was right on a bump and a blind turn. And this dude in one of those damn pregnant roller skate cars, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those little Suzuki, like you barely 2 people could get into it, right? Mm-hmm. I don't even know if you could put a freaking wallet in the back seat. But it is this little dude, he's creeping up on the dude with the stop sign and literally just trying to like edge by him, and he keeps rolling. The dude takes the stop sign and like tips it down and like puts it right in front of his windshield. That's how close he is to this dude. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, give these people some respect. They're doing a dangerous job already, and then now you're like encroaching on them. And man, like supervisors come run over from this other truck, and they're like on them, like they're like a team. They're ready to get on, and big girl comes out. I'm like, little Suzuki pregnant roller skates getting ready to get stomped.
Stupid drivers.
Stupid driver. He was stupid as hell. And then he like goes through the pass when we finally get to go around. And then he stops at the other guy with the sign like saying, stop. And he's complaining to that guy about the crew back there. I'm like, you fucking idiot. Like, you're an idiot. There's so many idiots on the road.
There is.
I know everybody has seen an idiot.
Every day.
Every day.
Every single day.
Out there. God, like it drives me crazy. But here's the last thing that happened to me today. So I'm checking out this, the neighborhood website thing, and I see that my surgeon that just did my tooth replacement, he put in like implant. Put an implant in, right? So then my oral surgeon put this implant. It's supposed to be very reputable here in Medina, right up to the thing. I don't know. And dude just killed somebody.
I know.
Killed him. Like, I mean, like,
how do you respond to that?
I don't like, I'm like, what? He's like, he was supposed to be pulling 3 teeth, and he tried to convince this guy that he needs to go under local anesthesia, put him under. The guy never came out.
Oh, no. Okay. So he killed him.
Yeah. Doing his job.
Doing his
like
job.
When he was just doing it on me.
That's even freaking scary.
And the crazy thing is that Carol and I both have been to the surgeon.
Okay. See, when you first said it, I was like, okay, that's why I laughed. I was like, okay, so he killed somebody.
Yeah. You're thinking
then, that's even worse.
No.
That's even worse.
It's worse. He was doing his job and killed somebody.
That's even worse.
He's getting like, literally, like this big lawsuits happening. They got this big, huge thing happening in a month here. State of Ohio's, all these. It's nut, but it's so creepy when both myself and my wife have all gone under anesthesia with this guy, and he just killed some dude. Right?
It'll be interesting though. Did he give him too much or what? I mean,
I don't know,
that
man.
whole story is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I feel for doctors and
because you don't know. I mean, does he have a heart condition? Did the person?
There's so many variables.
Things on
right,
that.
right. And the picture of the dude that was on there, I'm gonna tell you, he wasn't like the picture of health.
Okay, but you first had me because you were talking about killing somebody,
right?
And then I was thinking, well, he just went and killed.
Well,
somebody.
everything I was doing, it all worked.
Yeah,
because I got you to where I wanted you. What have you been up to, man?
Oh my gosh, it's October, so fall cleanup, man. I've been the other day. From sun up to sundown. That's all I did was trim bushes, hedges. I mean, I've got freaking Japanese maples. I've got all kinds of trees. I had to prune stuff. I was constantly dragging this shit to the back of the property. I got 2 huge piles of stuff. Ugh. And you know, I mean, you're spent. I mean, seriously, I'm not young. I'm 59. I'm in pretty decent shape, but shit, you're dragging that shit all the way to the back of the property. I have like 2, almost 3 acres of property, and I got a burning pit all the way in the back. And I was dragging this stuff constantly back and forth, across the lawn. And then I was about ready to get done, and I was like, I got to mow because it's going to rain. It's going to rain until like 2 days. It's October, and if you don't get out there and mow, you'll be bailing it.
And it's raining all day today,
right? And so I was out there even longer. So sun up to sundown, man. I was knocking it out, man. It was crazy.
You need to move.
Yeah. I need to move.
Time.
I need to move in your spare room,
dude. Like
you got a nice deck and everything over here. I can just come play golf.
That's right.
I don't take much.
Yeah, dude. And I literally, the one thing, like getting older and thinking about like retirement and all that stuff, you start thinking about like your house and how it's set up. And like first floor masters are a big deal to people, right? I mean, like everybody getting older wants first floor master. Everybody wants to, because stairs are a challenge, all that stuff. Working outside. I don't even want to work outside ever again in my life, but I mean, some people enjoy it and like do gardening and all that stuff. Blah, blah, blah. I get that, because it is relaxing and you're working with your hands and all that stuff, but
you'll be hearing me each October come back here and tell you how much bullshit I was doing out in that yard.
You need to move.
But now you could at least said, you could share some space here, G, but you didn't. But let's talk about sharing space.
Look around, G. Where's the space? Where you want behind that blanket over there?
Yeah, that'll work. All right, this person was on a plane the other day, and it was unbelievable. Now, this is going to be for the golden retrievers, the people that are golden owners. This beautiful little golden retriever was a service animal laying at the bulkhead. And this person in the aisle seat, man, Sean, I'm telling you, what a nasty person. Did not want to share the space at all with this dog. This dog didn't do anything, just lay down. A service animal, true service animal.
But the animal is encroaching in their foot space or whatever.
The tail.
Right. Give me a break.
Right. And all she did was bitch the whole time. And all I could think about was, you're so lucky that woman isn't like one of those people that like take a picture of you and send it out to all those golden retriever owners, because man, they just blow you up everywhere.
She wanted something.
It's just bullshit.
It's those people that you run into every day. Like, they see, okay, I'm getting inconvenience. So how can I twist this to make it like work for me so I can get something out of this? And she was probably bitching, thinking that we as an airline are going to give him something as compensation or some bullshit like that. Like I can't stand people like that.
Yeah, well, we didn't give her anything.
Right.
Because I can't stand that, because this was a true service animal. They're supposed to be on the aircraft. They're the best passengers we have most of the time. So, yeah, I mean, it's just irritating. And all I can think about is, man, you're lucky, because if that woman would have snapped a picture of you and put it on some site, man, you'd been getting a lot of responses.
Yeah. So she should have done it.
Yeah. They had these 2 ladies. I've seen this video, man. Did you see this one? So they were handicapped boarding, and they supposedly couldn't walk, but they walked over and while they were waiting for their flight, and they walked over, stood in line, they got their food, and then they came back and then they sat back in their wheelchairs.
This is that wheelchair scamming thing. You know, like they know that they can ask for a wheelchair and they're going to get boarded first. So they bypass all the different, like, you know, priority customers and people that have like flown many, many miles, you know, but then they pick their big fat asses. If you've seen the video, they're both big fat asses, and they wheel themselves down in it. And then they probably walked off the plane.
Right.
You know, at the end. That's what they always do.
Well, they walked over from the food court.
Right.
I mean, it really is. I mean, it's kind of comical, but it's really unbelievable that these people get away with this stuff. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the people that actually need wheelchairs and they need to pre-board, and these people just walk over, act like it's okay. They sit down and then they just get in line to board. It was funny, comical, and also sad.
Yeah, I mean, any given flight, I'd say, like on a mainline aircraft, it's like you would have 10 wheelchairs. 10 wheelchairs is kind of like an average type of thing. But I mean, we exceed that. We've been up in 20s wheelchairs, and when you start getting those big high numbers like that, that's when you're like, certain percentage of these people are just scammers,
right?
And it's just ridiculous.
They were big time scammers, but people got video of them. I mean, you know, you're all over the internet.
Well, they got video because they were making a scene, probably.
No,
you know?
They weren't even making a scene. They were just what it was they were supposed. It was a pre-boarding thing, and these people were going. Well, these guys were supposed to pre-board and sitting in wheelchairs, and they got up out of the wheelchairs, walked over to the food court, got their food, stood in line, came back and sat in their wheelchairs and waited to board the plane.
Yeah, it's those people that have like built themselves up to get that privilege to be able to board early and all that stuff, and then here's these fat asses rolling in, bringing their Burger King with them.
You're gonna love this one though. So we're ready. We're ready to. We just came in, right? Just dropped off our load of passengers. We're sitting there, and you know, after the cleaners are done, everybody's done. We're sitting there going, "Okay, why aren't we boarding?"
Right.
So we go up, open up the door. There's the passengers in groups 1, 2, and 3. They're all ready to go. Pilots are there. Flight attendants are there. No gate agents.
No agents.
No agents.
That's going to delay you.
So they're calling these two agents. They're brand new. They've been there like 2 weeks. One of them is like in the concourse somewhere. The other one's on the other side of the security. So they rush this boarding, and you know we're trying to get the plane out on time so these people get on their way. And the agent came down there, and she's like pointing at her electronic device, telling us boarding complete, boarding complete. I'm like, boarding complete, yeah, but they're all the way up the jetway.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter that your boarding is complete.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
That's stupid, man.
I mean,
like people, the pressures of the internal pressures of the organizations that out there try to get these agents to like board the aircraft, and they got to do it at a certain time, and they have this window, and I get all that stuff, that DOT on time performance for the airline and all that stuff. But at the same time, you know, like life is life. Shit happens, and you know, these delays and whatever, for whatever reason why they weren't there, who knows, whatever. But you can only do it so fast.
But
right?
The mistake that they made, though, truly was this. They put 2 brand new people at the same gate.
Wow, that's stupid.
And they had no idea they were supposed to be there.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like we don't, you know, our airline doesn't put 2 brand new pilots in the cockpit either.
Nope.
You know, like that there's rules and regulations against that. You know, like you can't do that. Now they can put 5 brand new flight attendants in the back.
And they do.
And they do.
Right?
But flying a plane, no.
All right. Did you know that your brain can actually generate false memories?
I guess.
Think about that for a minute.
Like false memories.
Right.
I mean, yeah, for sure, because people hallucinate, for people, you know, do all these weird stuff, but like you can tricking yourself and giving yourself false memories of some sort. It's, you know, like I count this to the people like I remember it this way and you remember it that way.
Yeah.
And one way is true.
That's exactly it. I mean, because when you start thinking about it, and all of a sudden you're like, you create this false memory in your head, going, no, it was black, and they're like, no, it wasn't black, man, it was red. Right. No, it wasn't. It was black. I swear it was black. Right. So our brains actually create. I mean, we actually create false memories, and it could have been like a certain dog or a cat or something like that, and we created something else in our head, and then later on in life we actually tell this story, and that's when the person looks at you and says, "Mm-mm,
that didn't happen.
Nope,
didn't happen that way.
No." And so researchers, they did this. They actually planted these thoughts in people's heads. I thought it was really interesting that, but and the more I thought about it, is I've told a story before, and a person said, "Gee, that wasn't exactly
how it happened," right?
And and you think back, and you're like, "Oh, something, they're right. It wasn't like that." You created your own false memory in your head.
Yeah. So and this is going to be hilarious because your number one fan says that I don't always get my facts right on the show.
I'm loving your mom already.
But remember this. It's just like we said, we both remember two different things, and she remembers it one way and I remember it one way. And what's the truth? I have no idea, whatever. But that does happen. But yeah, it's interesting to think about for sure.
I'm loving the fact that I've got a number one fan. Right?
I'm gonna have her show up here. I'm buying her our shirt and I'm putting number one fan right on it.
There you go. You can take a picture and send it. You have to post it.
That's right.
So, it is October, and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, let's talk about October a little bit, because this is actually a pretty cool month.
Yeah.
Lots of things happen in October. Did you know that October was the 8th month on the Roman calendar?
Nope.
8th. It's the 10th month now.
It's the 10th month now. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's like the calendar's changed that much over a long time.
Yeah. But they liked it so much. They liked Octo so much. They just decided to keep it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, presidents that were born in October: Jimmy Carter, Eisenhower, Theodore Roosevelt, and John Adams. Did you know that?
I didn't care about that.
That's not very nice. All right, here's something you might care about.
What is that?
It's the most common birth months in the United States. That's
really?
Right. Yeah, most common birth months. So you know what was going on in January.
January. Yeah. Isn't it 9 months, G? Yeah, that's right. You're right.
See?
February.
Oh, now see.
February.
Guess what, Sean? You were wrong again.
No. February, right?
No,
9
January.
months. Everybody do the math.
What was going on in January?
Makes it 9. If you did it in January, it'd be
but
9 months. Right?
Yeah, but no, in January to October, you're a little slow. It's the 10th month, but you're in January.
I was a preemie.
You need some help. Oh my God, you are killing me.
Anyways.
So the pumpkin carving, this was crazy. Do you know instead of pumpkins what they used to carve?
Nope.
Turnips.
Turnips?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, turnip. They used to carve a turnip. Now, could you imagine that? Think about that for a minute. Okay, Ichabod Crane.
Dude, I'm thinking shrunken heads.
But Ichabod
like
Crane.
Big old pumpkin heads to now like these little tiny turnip heads.
Could you imagine Ichabod Crane with a turnip head?
I'm trying to figure out how the candle gets in the turnip.
The scary face. Would you have the scary face sideways?
like the turnip's only so big, right? It's like an onion size.
But they said in Ireland they carved creepy faces into turnips.
All right.
That
sounds crazy.
That would be tough.
Right.
But what they did is it integrated into the United States and they switched it to pumpkins.
Heck yeah.
So now black and orange, right? Those are the traditional colors of the holiday. This this time of year, right? The Halloween and the colors, the black symbolizes death and darkness, and orange represents the warmth of the harvest.
Right. The fall
season.
Yep. Dude, I mean, I would tell you, like, fall is actually one of my favorite times of the year because it's just so pretty.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, even though it's that death and dying and everything's like, going away and all that stuff, but the color changes, the temperature usually is nice, Some areas are a little too wet, but
we talked about that last year. The Northeast Ohio, everybody comes here to watch the leaves change.
Well, it's cool.
Beautiful.
I love flying into Northeast Ohio because it's like you have the trees and everything are changing. There's all those fall colors, just like a blanket of like yellows and oranges and reds and greens. It's awesome.
So this time of year, there's always kind of masks, right? There's like the skeleton mask. They get the skeleton, and then you got like the scarecrows, right?
Oh yeah,
you got all the scarecrow stuff that's out. So years ago, in medieval times, the children and the poor adults would go door to door. It was called All Souls Day.
All Souls Day.
Yeah, All Souls Day. Yeah.
Wonder what the intention behind that was.
It was to offer prayers for the dead in exchange for food. Soul cakes.
Soul cakes. Soul
Go
cakes.
Ahead, man.
You're gonna mean
different
things in different neighborhoods. That just took me back to oh my gosh. There's a movie out there that they're talking about hoe cakes. Not soul cakes.
Soul cakes and hoe cakes.
Yeah, soul cake and hoe cakes. But yeah, man. Some of them, like the cakes, what type of cakes are they're giving out?
I have no idea, man.
You got white cake neighborhoods. You got chocolate cake neighborhoods.
See, man, I knew you was going to go there. I knew as soon as they said soul cakes, you're going to run with this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so later in the 20th century in America, the kids would threaten minor pranks unless you gave them candy.
There you go. That was that bag of shit on the doorstep.
That was the treat that became a bribe.
The trick or the treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's a fun one. Witches were believed to gain peak power in October.
Peak power?
Yeah.
Huh. Wonder why.
I don't know.
That's interesting. Like peak power, like there's like the brooms are charged up at that time and ready to go.
Fly a little faster.
Like they had like jet propulsion ready to, I don't know.
That's where they revived it during the witch hunt. So that's where they get their power, right? Get their ass out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. We got a place right down the road here called Salem. They weren't digging it.
No. That was bad. Okay. Owls were once feared as omens of death.
Omens of death.
Yeah. An owl.
Yeah.
I could believe that though. I mean, owls are pretty, they're really cool, but they can
eerie. Be creepy and eerie. Especially when those heads like twist around and shit.
Yeah.
Like do that Linda Blair thing. Yeah. I said it. Yeah. The jack-o'-lantern comes from a myth about a man too bad for hell. The legend of Stingy Jack tells a man who tricked the devils multiple times. And when he died, heaven wouldn't take him. And hell wouldn't either.
That goes back to the Ichabod Crane, right?
Well, yeah. Kind of, sort of. Like the jack-o'-lanterns... Those are some creepy things, dude, man. Like with the guy with the big old pumpkin head, like that's wild.
I know.
Yeah.
So, and the other thing, did you know that? Here's the funny part: Halloween was actually a romantic holiday.
A romantic holiday.
Yeah.
When?
In the 18th and 19th centuries.
Okay.
Young people would peel apples in a long strip. And toss the peel over the shoulder, and whatever letter it formed was said to be the initial of their future spouse.
Oh, that's kind of like tossing the flowers at the bride's, like Then they toss a flower and, oh, boom, you catch the flower, you're going to be married. You're the next person to be married type of thing.
I guess.
Yeah.
An apple?
They did it with an apple.
That's crazy.
Dude, man, things changed for weird. You know what? You were talking about that Ichabod crane and all that stuff. My nieces just went on like a haunted hayride, and you know they were scared. They were scared, and like the hayride like went through this whole thing, and like they had to get to a part where they were like finally go over the bridge and stuff, and then when they got there, it was like Ichabod Crane's there, and he's like, "Oh, you've made it," and all this stuff, and you know we're safe at this time, and then his head like slices off and falls off his shoulders. They were flipping out. And they're like, for real, how can they fake that? They can't fake that.
We need to go to the Haunted Woods.
Like, yeah, that'd be cool.
We need to do it.
We'll do it.
All right.
We'll do it. Yeah, but it was funny because my wife had just went out there and they had done this. And I guess Mimi, she was like scared shitless. But Reagan was convinced like she just saw somebody's head get cut off.
Good memory, Sean.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
All right. Now, the last one we're going to talk about with October is October 30th. It is the mischief night, the night before, and it's also called the Devil's Night.
The Devil's Night.
It's the night before Halloween. It's often when the teens cause mischief. Now, you know you did some shit when you were young.
I didn't limit it to one day.
Yeah, but did you ever do that in Halloween? You ever go like TPing or anything like that?
Nah, you know what? Most of the time, I didn't really like Halloween. Wasn't my jam. Like it was just, you know, I just wasn't that kid. Like be into it. Some kids are like some of my friends and stuff. They were like way into it, and they always wanted to go trick or treating and all this stuff. And I just was not that guy.
Yeah,
but it was you know, I do like now today. I do like Halloween, but I like to watch the kids. Like we set up and we have Halloween in our neighborhood here, and just watch the kids' reactions and stuff. They are so funny. And we're always trying to like tease the kids or something like that and get them to say crazy stuff. And we've had some of the most craziest comments and stuff. Like, and then kids will, like, I got a big giant blow up spider where, you know, we put a smoke machine under the spider, and when the kids come up, I push a little button, and then it's like spits smoke out of the spider's mouth, and like kids go crazy over it. Like, they love that type of stuff, and it was so funny. But
see, the next week we are going to talk a lot about Halloween. We're going to have like a spooktacular.
Talk
about all the scary stuff of Halloween, but this week, I wanted to talk about, like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about October because there's so many things that change during October throughout the years and throughout history. And as you can see, it went from All Souls Night to now it's Halloween trick or treat. You get some candy and the kids have a lot of fun.
How has Halloween changed for you over the years? Like ever since you were a kid to today? Like how do you view it? Like your like overall view?
The candy.
Yeah,
I mean, when you looked at it today, years ago, you remember there'd be people you'd show up and throw a freaking apple in there.
Yeah.
And it hit the bottom of your damn bag or something. You're like, that was shit.
Yeah.
Right? Or you go somewhere and they remember the popcorn balls?
Dude, with the popcorn balls. Yeah. We used to get a lot of those.
And I mean, you know, and that's, I think that was like the big thing because it was a candy because they had that junk candy, but which we like them, like the Smarties and stuff that. They all, remember all the little Smart Mix of candies that you'd have, but you'd rarely, if you got the candy bars, man, you were in.
Oh man, the candy bars were like something, but today candy bars are like the standard.
Yeah. But you have to have the big candy bars to be the cool person in the neighborhood. But then the kids come up there and you got the little kid. He's like 3 years old. He tries to grab like 3 candy bars.
I don't let him grab it.
Nope.
I serve.
Now, and you got to say trick or treat.
Right. I'm like, what do you?
We're going to talk about that.
Dude, I'm talking about like funny things that the kids say and stuff. That reminds me, like I'm passing out the candy. Then I'm always like, what do you say? What do you say? And I'm trying to get them to say trick or treat, right? Trick or treat, right? And here in Ohio, you know, I get these kids and they walk up and I'm like, hey, what do you say? And they're like, OH.
IO.
You're like,
You got a response.
yeah, like it's hilarious. Like, oh my gosh. I had these two girls, little girls, they were trick-or-treating one year, and me and my buddy was sitting out front, and he likes to tease and stuff, the little kids and stuff. And these little girls liked our house, so they kept coming back to our house, and they came back like 3 or 4 times. You know, when you start seeing the same kid, you're like, hey, you've been here before, get away. And so they're like, you have a cool house. We like it. And the little girl's looking, and like I was dressed up and he wasn't. And she's like, we really like you. And she's pointing at me. Yeah. And she's like, and she points to my buddy and she's like, and you're on my list. Dude, we fell all over chairs. It was like,
He's like looking around as he's leaving your house. He's like, man, that little kid's around the corner somewhere.
We could not control ourselves. It was so funny. I mean, just to see this little, I mean, it was like, she had to be like 6, 7 years old. You're on my list. Like,
next week's going to be fun when we start talking about this, like this spooktacular, because there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff we talk about.
Right.
A lot of spooky things. But before, now we're going to go around the globe. Hey, a 22-year-old man was fined. You're going to love this, okay? When I read this, I was like, really? $3,500 after posting a bomb threat on Instagram while seated on the flight in Singapore airport.
That was stupid.
Now, think about that. $3,500. That's the difference of being in China and being in the United States.
Oh, easy.
Right? What would happen in the United States?
I want to know what his intention was. Like, did he just want to go back to the gate? Like, I mean,
I don't know, but in the United States, what would have happened to him?
He's going to jail.
Now, you think in China, you'd be going to jail.
Yeah.
Here in China, you're just posting $3,500.
A fine.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
We'd probably get a fine too, though.
Well, you're going to get a fine, but you're going to jail.
Initially. He probably went to jail too. Just didn't say it. But it's, regardless, to do that act, you shouldn't, like, period. That should be higher consequences.
You'd think $3,500.
How many people he inconvenienced or that stupid, action.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
All right, Florida Drug Task Force seized a record 1 million pounds of cocaine.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
But the best part was, man. See, they're not learning, Sean. They shot another drug boat, blew it up.
Boom.
I got to say, I do like those videos.
Yeah,
I do.
They're cool.
You just see this boat and it's like, man, going through the water, man, boom,
poof,
gone,
puff of smoke.
Yeah,
you're gone, dude. Who are they getting to volunteer to do this? That's something. I mean,
somebody that's not
crazy.
watching TV.
Yeah, like you're crazy.
You're not watching TV.
Yeah, he hasn't seen any current events, or whoever's in the boat or was in the boat. That's crazy. But you know what? The other part about it, on the serious note, it's sad too, because for people that are probably doing it, they probably got all kinds of promises of whatever. It reminds me of terrorists.
Right?
They promise them all these things. You're going to get 50 virgins in your next life, and whatever the thing is, and they go do these stupid things, and
they get to find out.
Yeah.
Now anymore, you're going to find out, because, like I said, we're 4 for 4.
Right. Boof.
Yeah. All right. So the flight from Minneapolis to Newark was forced to divert after a passenger wearing no less than 15 masks.
He had 15 masks on?
Yep. Erupted in a bizarre mid-air outburst.
Really?
Yeah.
And what happened?
Well, they just diverted, and they had him arrested.
Dude, he had 15 face masks.
That's the whole that was the whole part of that story. When I was reading that, I was like, 15 masks right there. We should have told you something's wrong.
Yeah, come on. How can you breathe?
Come on. Now, if you'd have seen a guy had 15 masks on at one time on an airplane, you'd be like, something's wrong with this dude. We're watching him.
I don't care what type of material it's 15 layers of a mask put on top of your face. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the outburst was I can
All right,
breathe.
now, I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right or not, but China has officially opened the Hujiang Grand Canyon Bridge. Have you seen this thing?
No.
This thing is unfreaking believable. It soars 2,050 feet above the river and stretching 4,600 feet across. The bridge features a restaurant perched 2,600 feet high. It has a glass sidewalk, a high-speed glass elevator, and even a waterfall cascading off its edge. It's unfreaking believable, and it has bungee jumping and cutting. I mean, it's almost like its own little theme park.
Yeah, man.
If you looked at this thing,
have you ever walked in those glass bridges?
Yeah,
those things are those are freaky.
How about when they start cracking them? Have you ever seen that?
No.
They have those ones. They have one in China. Like you're walking across a glass bridge, and then all of a sudden it acts like it cracks.
They like a projector or something that looks like it's cracking
underneath there.
That's so sick.
And those people are like climbing off of there, thinking that is going to break.
Dude, I walked out on that glass ledge in Chicago and the Empire's or not the Sears Tower or the X Sears. I don't know what it's called now. Do you know what that building's called now?
No.
Anyhow, it used to be a Sears Tower or whatever. I walked out on that stupid ledge now, and I started getting uncomfortable. I was like, this does not, I mean, I knew that glass was like super strong and all that stuff, but still, just to like walk out there, you're like,
I think it's your equilibrium though, because once you get to like your height deprivation, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It kind of like starts messing with you.
And normally heights don't mess around with me, but
no.
That was like definitely messing around with me.
Yeah, usually it doesn't with me either, but I can understand though when you get like to a certain height, I think it kind of mess with your vision.
Yeah. I did a glass bridge kind of like that too up in Canada. They had like a one that was like on the side of a cliff and you kind of like arch out. And that was kind of weird too. Just a different sensation.
I would have loved to get you on that glass one and then just crack the shit out of that thing.
You know what? Another one's that I've been on too is the Eiffel Tower. Oh. The Eiffel Tower, when you go up in it, it has like a platform on one of the levels where it's a glass and you can stand there and see straight down to the street and stuff. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
But weird feeling too.
All right, man. They had a passenger. You're going to love this one. Passenger at Newark Liberty. He caused a stir because he said he was a global service member, but yet he had no status.
He is just telling people I'm a global service member?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. He said that he had it before COVID. And then he wanted all the treatment of the global service. And when it came down to it, he held an Explorer card, and he said that I can't even
and slept in a Holiday Inn last night,
and it entitled him to special privileges. And go figure, it drew laughter amongst everyone in the gate area.
People.
Hey, listen, I've got an Explorer card.
That's like, yeah. That's the whole. I mean, people are just like they don't get it. They don't get it. And for him to even know what a global member is, first of all, a global service member is like it for those people that don't know out there, it's a position that one of the airlines out there that you get invited to.
Right.
Like you can't earn this. There's no way to earn it. You get invited to this club and you get to be in the club type of thing, and get all this special pampering and treatment. But you can't just like I got an Explorer card and I'm a global service.
He got a card, Sean. He got a card. Come on, man. I mean, he got a card.
That's like, I guess the next time when I get pulled over by the police, I'm going to use my Monopoly get out of jail card too.
That'll work. That would be funny. You have to get that shit on video. That actually would be funny.
I got a get out of jail card here. Can I use it?
Yeah.
Can I use this at this time?
Step out of the vehicle, son. Put your hands up on the top of the roof.
It's the same difference as this guy right now.
Yeah, you're going to jail.
It's like, give me a break.
This is the best one. A passenger was sentenced to 6 months community detention after refusing to stop what the crew described as excessive kissing of his girlfriend on a packed flight.
What the fuck? Like it was one of those situations like get a room.
It had to be.
Like everybody's like, will you please
knock it off?
This PDA is be out of control right now. Like, come on. Like excessive kissing.
What do you think his 6 months was? Community detention.
Yeah.
What do you think he had to do?
Well, it wasn't like a kissing booth. He had to put him up in freaking some type of carnival.
Some of the shit that people that they do is just crazy.
Well, first of all, for him to be like, I'm trying to figure out like what's the law he broke, right? So like, what is the law?
Indecent exposure.
The lips.
No.
Come on.
Indecent.
Like I don't know what the law is there, and like and that's funny. Like when you go, I think we talked about this a long time ago. We were talking about like
you're exposing me to whatever you're doing is an indecent.
Well, so you go to these other countries and you don't know their laws, and then here's this guy and he's just like making out with this girl, thinking he's just having a good vacation or doing whatever he's doing, and then next thing you know, he's doing community detention.
6 months.
6 months. He gets a 6 months vacation in New Zealand.
Come on, people. Just a little peck on the cheek and then wait till you get there.
Right. That's crazy, man. I mean, I don't know. You just, it boggles the mind,
October is a fun month.
October is a fun month.
All right, man. Inspirational quote.
Inspirational quote. The best view comes after the hardest climb. And that's true for everything.
It is.
You got to be able to work for it. You got to be able to earn it.
But hey, listen, if you guys ever travel on planes, trust me, when you see these service animals, if you have a problem with them, ask flight attendant, we'll switch you.
Dude.
Right? Don't cause a scene, because let me tell you something. I love dogs. The majority of all flight attendants love animals. And if you're having a problem with it, just kindly ask us and we will try to switch you around. But the dog ain't moving.
Yeah. I mean, just like you got to understand, like and then we've gotten to this position in the world right now where like service animals people are like assuming that service animals are just, somebody trying to get their pet from point A to point B. And then there's the real service animals out there. And this sounds like a legit service animal that was, documented correctly. He was there helping this pasture for whatever reason. It's not like an emotional support animal.
Right.
We're talking about a service animal that has been trained to do specific whatever it is that they're supposed to be doing. And, you got to give them respect. But,
You do. And like I said, and the next time if you guys see that happen, just realize that the dog's not going to move. You're going to end up moving. Just ask flight attendant. We'll move you.
Heck yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, we will see you next week, and we're going to have a lot of fun with the Spooktacular, man. We're going to have a fun show on that one right before Halloween.
Okay.
Yep. You can't wait for your intro.
Yeah. We're getting spooky.
All right, guys. You guys have a great week.
Have a great week. See ya. And that's a wrap on episode 57 of Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. From 15 face mask guy to causing flight diversions to expired global service wannabes with Explorer cards to that couple getting sentenced for excessive kissing, air travel never disappoints. Before you go, we need your help. Head over to Facebook and search for Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. Give us a like, drop us your feedback. Got crazy travel stories? Want us to cover specific topics? We want to hear from you. Remember, the best views come from the hardest climb, but the best episodes come after you hit the like button and share us with your travel-weary friends. Thanks for flying with us. This has been Cabin Pressure with Sean and G. Until next time, keep your expectations low and your sense of humor high.